Yo, how we doing, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Marcone in the chat. What's up, my friend? Yeah, baby. I had to get that Instagram post out. Make sure people knew we were live, so I was almost 1 minute late. But here I am. Guys, happy Tuesday. Hope you're doing all right. How's it going? Good to see you. Today we're going to jump back into some Final Fight. If you were here last week, we're playing Final Fight 2 on Expert so that we can make sure that we get the good ending and not have to restart the game. And yeah, I think we're on like level 3, maybe level 3, level 4. I think we're like in Russia. I don't know. When we jump back in, you'll see. I'll have to remember where we are. Usagi Akimbo in the chat over on YouTube. What's up to you, my friend? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Okay. Let's talk about a couple things today before we jump into the game. Let me get my browser open here a little bit. There we go. All right, let's open this up a little bit. All right, so I'm assuming the people who are here, you've probably already seen this, but man, this new video, why retro games are better than modern games, kind of blew up for my channel. It didn't blow up into virality, if you want to put it that way, but man, doing very well. So if you haven't seen it yet, which I would imagine that most of you have, but if you have not seen it yet, man, go check that out. I really appreciate it. It's in this kind of new style that I'm trying with my edited videos, and it was a little different. I had this idea in my head, and there was some vulnerability there, so I wanted to share that, and it seems like it's really resonating with people. So go check that out if you haven't got to see it, but I think most of you probably have, which is really cool. So thanks for doing that. Thanks for subscribing, for thumbs-upping, for commenting, and sharing some of your stories. I think that's super cool. Like to hear some of the ways that it, just some of the memories and the things that it jogged for you, I think is super cool to hear about. So thanks for doing that. Yeah, it's just very cool to see that one popping off because, yeah, there was just, like I said, some vulnerability there and wanting to kind of try something different. So that was pretty cool. We got Anthony Xavier. Hello, Riffer in the chat. Riffer City Ransom. Baby. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. It's been a while, but I'm here for a moment. Dude, it's good to see you. Even if, but for a second, we have you here. It's good to see you. Speaking of people that it's good to see, EOR in the chat. Hello there, Sir Robert Van Ritchrow of Huntington. Good to see you as well. EOR, hope you're having a splendid day. Yeah, super cool. So I'm just really excited about that. Feels good. Derek Hose Corner 2013. What's up, dude? How's it going? Good to see ya. You know me. Things that I love to talk about. We're going to talk about movies, wrestling, video games, retro. We're also going to talk about music, okay? And I know I've shared a lot of stuff with you guys. Something I want to share with you today, a band that I've been listening a lot to lately and really loving. Usagi says video was awesome. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that. Marcone dropping the link to the Discord in the chat. If you haven't checked out the Discord, go join. The link is right there in the chat. Links also down below in the description for the Discord, the Patreon, all that good stuff. I want to say thanks to my patrons, Owen Toast and JB Doll, holding it down. My dudes. Thank you. And if you're noticing a couple of things, number one, up at the top of the screen, we're on the road to 10K. That number jumped, baby. Like 45 subscribers within the last 3 days, which I really appreciate again. Super cool. If you're here right now as a new subscriber, welcome to the channel. So glad to see you. Thanks for being here. Awesome. You'll also notice at the bottom left of the corner, I have never even updated that we're not in September anymore. That's how locked in I am on these on the concept of getting donations. So I should switch that, but maybe now is not that. We'll end the goal. There we go. We'll just end it. All right. So we'll start that up another time, maybe. Or here, let me just do like November, and we're gonna end it on 12. See, this is how the sausage is made, y'all. This is how the sausage is made. Whoops, it must be, oh, hang on. There it is. Boom. November. Turkey. Here we go. So thankful. Marcon says we need more people chatting in the Discord. Yes, that's right. It's like your express ticket to hang out and talk with us all the time. That's great. Adam Wilson, yo, good to see you, my friend. There's only 83 followers on Twitch. All alone over there. Go on over to Twitch. Make sure you're following us on Twitch. Really appreciate that. Give us that follow. Trying to hit affiliate over there, and I need like an average of 3 viewers. So not a problem on YouTube, but definitely a problem over on Twitch. That's like the one thing holding me back. So there you go. If you want to do that, go do that. Adam Wilson, once you learn how the sausage is made, you just want more sausage. And somebody's going to clip that. I know it. Dang it. All right. I want to tell you about a band. You might know about it. Might be late to the game on this. But if you don't know about the band Bill Murray, oh my gosh. I cannot express to you how much I am loving this right now. Newest album is called American Motorsports. And how do you describe this? I mean, if you look at his description here, he says Bill Murray strives to achieve optimal levels of riffage. It's like all the best parts of metal and country and comedy, I guess, like not taking yourself too seriously in the midst of all of that. It's so good. The dude is so talented. And if you know his history, there was a band back in the day. Let me pull this up. We're going to talk music for just a few minutes. There was a band back in the day called Attack Attack, which, oh my gosh, dude, I cannot describe to you how into this band I was. And still to this day, like I actually love, like unironically, I love Attack Attack. They're so good. Stick Stickly was the jam back in the day. So if you know about Attack Attack, great. If you don't, go check out Attack Attack because it's awesome. But guitar player / like clean vocalist Attack Attack eventually broke off, started his own thing here, Bill Murray, and it's just so good. The quality is so good. And here's my recommendation. If you go listen to it on Spotify, the album's called American Motorsports. From beginning to end, it is a banger. It is so good. But here's what I will also tell you. If you're going to do it on YouTube, I want to take you on a journey, okay? So write this down or clip it or something, okay? But the order that you want to watch these music videos in is you want to watch Better Hell, which is this one right here, okay? You want to go Better Hell. You want to go, here, let's go to videos real quick just to make sure we got them all here. Let's see. Let's go down. Okay, so you want to go right here, the lawnmower, Better Hell. Then you want to go up here where he's got the red eyes and he's pointing. This is called Empty Handed. Then you want to end with Talking to Your Ghost. And you want to see the escalation of machinery. It's beautiful. I love this guy because he's so talented, but he does not take himself seriously at all. And it shows in the music videos. And I just have to say, once you get to Talking to Your Ghost, there is a fiddle solo in this music video that is straight fire. And I mean that literally. You got to go watch it. It's so good. And this guy, again, does not need my help at all. Like, he's famous. He's doing very well. That's all I have to say about that. So go check out Bill Murray. If you've never heard Bill Murray, I hope you enjoy it. Tell him Rob sent you. It'll mean nothing to him, but it'll be fun. You're going to love that. So there you go. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Marcona's saying, yeah, you need 100 followers, a certain number of hours, and average viewers. Yes, over on Twitch. So we've got the followers. I thought it was 50. Sorry, I thought it was 7. No. I thought it was 50. It was something like that. When I go to my checklist, it says I got all of them except the average viewers and then the days. And like the days I could hit, no problem if I need to, but it's getting those average viewers. So, Marcone also says, do you know about Oakley Dokley? Yes, I do. Here's what I'll say about Oakley Dokley. I like them for the gimmick. Musically, I'm not a big fan. It's a little too chaotic for me and not enough... how do I put that? Like, it's not melodic enough for me. And that often is like a big deal to me. I want it to be melodic. It can be hard, but oh gosh, there's so many clips. It can be hard, but I also need it to be melodic. Is a great way to put it. So if you don't know about Oakley Dokley, I don't think they're around anymore. I think they technically signed off a couple of years ago, but they were a Ned Flanders metal band. So everybody in the band is dressed up as Ned Flanders, the world's only, they say, Nettle band. And they all have like names, like something, I can't remember what it is. It's like something Ned, something Ned, something Ned, where they all have like that qualifier on the front that is like all these different descriptors, but they're all Ned in the band. Yeah, that's another one to check out. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan, but I can appreciate what they're doing. And I mean, they have a song called White Wine Spritzer, which is like one of my favorite Ned Flanders moments in Simpsons. So that was pretty cool. But there you go. Adam Wilson, okay, what is your favorite band of all time? Oh, dang. That's so hard. Yeah, that's really tough. If I had to nail down like one single band for all time, because I think it kind of ebbs and flows. I go into phases. Like I'm a really big Bears Den fan. Like they might be my favorite band of all time. Definitely like completely, I would say, counter opposite to something like Bill Murray or Oakley Dokley, like these two guys right here, and specifically the guy on the right, Andrew Davies. Oh my gosh, just a king. I just love this band so much. Very chill, like it has kind of has its roots in sort of like folk and folk indie type stuff, but one of my favorite albums by them is this one right here, called Red. This lady in the car. It's called Red Earth and Pouring Rain, and they kind of incorporated some more like electronic elements into it. And I own like every album they have on vinyl because I just love them so much. And as soon as they announce that one's coming out on vinyl and they're going to sign it, I pre-order it. So, but this album specifically, Red Earth and Pouring Rain, is so good. Like this one here is called Islands. That one is real. That's like probably like the one that kind of broke them out. So good. Really, really good. But Red Earth and Pouring Rain is probably my favorite album of theirs of all time. And then this EP right here is called Without Within. It's the kid running on the beach. This one is great and is actually how I was introduced to them. But and very like hearkening to the video that I made, why retro is so much better than modern. This album specifically for me is like, man, just so many memories of good times and all kinds of stuff that's linked to that album specifically, Without Within, that I just love it so much. So, but yeah, probably a mix of like Bears Den. I really love Paper Kites. I don't know if you guys know who Paper Kites are. These guys, love them as well. Specifically, again, they have an album. This one here with like the neon looks like an L. It's actually supposed to be clock hands. It's called 12/4. That one is really great. But for me, it's this one right here, The Lady Next to the Window. It's called On the Corner Where You Live. That album, again, I have it on vinyl. I have both of those on vinyl. That album specifically, such a banger. Again, kind of a different style. Go check it out if you're interested. Love that one. And yeah, I'm also a big Underoath fan. Love Underoath, so into that kind of thing. So, I mean, it just kind of depends. I love a lot of different stuff. Let's see here. Sour Cream Sanchez. Hey, Rob. There's going to be a week of shows at Aragon Ballroom in Chicago called Twisted Christmas. Which show would you go to? Oh, geez. Now we got to look this up. Let's see. So what is it called? Twisted Xmas. Whoops. I was trying to type steamed hams in there or something. Aragon Ballroom. Let's see what we get here. Is this the one we're looking at right here? Cage the Elephant, All American Rejects, Smashing Pumpkins, or Bush. Oh my gosh. Let me think about that for just a second. Kasich over on Twitch. Howdy, Rob. Good to see you. I see you're multi-streaming. Yes, I want to get into vinyl. Dude, yeah. So I multi-stream every time. We're over on YouTube, and we're also on Twitch every single time. Yeah, with the whole vinyl thing, like, it's cool. Like, it's pretty cool to go back and get like old stuff that you like. I just love to like throw stuff on when I'm hanging out, or like we have people over for dinner. Like, that's great. But some of the stuff that you love now, will come out on vinyl, and there's just something about it. I don't know. I really appreciate it. It feels like it's cool to like just tell Alexa to play or like pop in an earbud or whatever, but there's something about like the physical analog like sound and intentionally going and having to flip it over. I don't know. It's just cool. I really love it. So highly recommend. 5-star. Would recommend. Marcona's been listening to a lot of hip hop lately, which is weird for you. Dude, what do you listen to? Hit me up with like who are the artists that you're recommending out there? Kasich, you want to play it while cooking? Yeah, exactly. Like that kind of stuff. It's like you get home from work and you just want to set a vibe, and you just throw it on and it just creates a vibe. It's a scratching that makes it sound great. Yeah, you get the pops, the scratches, the pops, all that. I totally get it. And then when you're like actually get over there and you're like, hey, no, I'm just kidding. Don't ever do that. It's so bad. Adam Wilson loves vinyl for the same reason you love vintage games. There you go, my friend. Say more. Marcone says Joey Valance and Bray mostly. Also Norman San or San. I'm gonna have to check those out. It was so funny. Speaking of like hip hop and rap and stuff, the other night me and the girls were driving to over to a friend's house for a movie night, and my oldest, she was 9, she's like, Dad. Or so first my youngest was like, Dad, what's your favorite song of all time? And will you play it for us? And I'm like, oh man, trying to think. And I'm like, that is such a tough question. And I'm like trying to like break it way down and think, okay, if I had to choose one song that like stuck with me, I'm like, oh, the first thing that popped in my head was Tom Sawyer by Rush. So I played her Tom Sawyer for the first time. And she's like, this is awful. And I'm like, whatever, get out of here, kid. But then my oldest was like, hey, Dad, do you know that song that goes, it takes two to make a thing go right? And I was like, yeah. She's like, can you play that? And then so we were bumping that all the way to the movie night. It was so ridiculous to have. Yeah. I don't even know where she heard it. Like, but yeah, my 9-year-old. Can you play the one that goes, it takes two to make a thing go right? And we did. It's great. Kasich, I started listening to Canadian hip hop artist named Shad. Really? Shad. Wasn't there a WWE wrestler named Shad? Yeah. I feel like oh, he died. Oh, that sucks. Whoops. Way to bring it down. Oh, yeah, dude, he was part of Crime Time. Oh, man. When was this posted? Back in 2020? Oh, dang. Well, Shad, I know it's 4 years late, brother, but RIP. Crime Time. There you go. Obviously, that's not who you're listening to, I guess. Okay, so Twisted Xmas. Dude, if I had to pick one of these, I'll be honest with you, it would not be Bush, just because, like, it's fine, but it's just not my jam. Like, respect, but not my jam. It would not be All American Rejects either, because, again, respect, but it's like they probably would fall out of these four bands. Are these are the four shows? Out of these four bands, I feel like they would fall at the bottom for me. So that leaves Cage the Elephant, Smashing Pumpkins. Is Cage? Let me. Okay, Cage the Elephant. Are they Pumped Up Kicks? Is that who? Am I thinking of the right band? No, that's Foster the People. What is Cage the Elephant? What is like? What am I thinking of here? Cage the Elephant isn't. Oh, they're not the one that's like, I took a walk, take a walk. That's not Cage the Elephant, is it? Crud. I don't know. I mean, it's hard not to pick Smashing Pumpkins. Not that I'm a big Smashing Pumpkins fan. Like Billy Corgan, I'm like, it's fine. Cigarette Daydream. I'm gonna have to listen to it. I'm sure I know it, but I just don't know them by the name of the song. But it's hard not to pick Smashing Pumpkins because it's freaking Smashing Pumpkins. Like, they're just kind of like legendary, and even if you're not a big fan, you know that like Smashing Pumpkins is legendary. So I'm like, out of those four, it probably would be Smashing Pumpkins, Cage the Elephant, Boosh, and then All American Rejects. And for All American Rejects, I might give my ticket away. Sorry. Let's see, Rob, Adam Wilson, do you have a least favorite band of all time? That's hard, because I don't want to hate, it's like, even if I don't dig what you're doing, like, respect as an artist, respect for, what you're doing. Like, I can get there, even if I don't want to listen to you, or if I don't really connect with your stuff. Least favorite of all time. Oh, man. Trying to think of, like, who do I want to be a hater on right now? Dude, let me process that a little bit. Something will pop in my head, and I'll be like, oh, dude, it's this one. Like, it'll come to me. To be honest, I don't operate from that place like normally. So it's like to think of like, oh, who do I not like? Sour Cream Centris, how often do you listen to Limp Bizkit? Okay, let's be real. Okay, Limp Bizkit was at in their heyday, they were top of the heap, and then kind of like Creed, I feel like Limp Bizkit got a lot of hate, and they became like almost like a meme. Which I like Nickelback. I feel like it's gonna happen. Just wait. I am calling it right now on November 12th, 2024 at 12:23 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Clip it. I am calling it right now. The same way that Creed had a resurgence, Nickelback is coming for you, and you're going to love it. And you're unironically going to be like, you know what? I was wrong. I love it. Just wait. They're coming for you. But same thing with Limp Bizkit. Top of the heap. A lot of hate. They're on their way back up. I will be honest with you. Back in the day, I wasn't super into Limp Bizkit just because the whole rap rock vibe, when it hit, I was not on that train at all. I think that was like in my Metallica phase, where I was like heavy duty into Metallica. So yeah, but I will say Limp Bizkit. So for me and my buddy Joey that I work with, Limp Bizkit is almost a daily joke that we bring up. Like, yeah, dude, it's just one of those days. Yeah, every single day. So there you go. So I don't listen to Limp Bizkit often. I'll put it that way, but I do have respect. I do. I'm not a hater on Limp Bizkit. I think they're sick, so I'll take it. Adam Wilson, yes, feel the hate flow through you. Do it. Dude, that's what you got to do that sometimes. Their newest one is good. Not great, but good. And they're in the studio again. Oh, Limp Bizkit is making a new album? Heck yeah. Let's freaking go. I love that. That's great. Yeah, dude, all of these bands that are sort of making a resurgence, I'm down for it. Like, I was a big Creed fan back in the day, and then, like, I'm not gonna lie, I was on the hate train when disliking Creed was the cool thing. And then when they came back like a year ago, I popped so hard. I was so excited for it. So it's just the way it goes. It's good stuff. I love it. All right, let's keep talking for sure, but we'll jump in and play a little bit, and we will hit pause as many times as we need to. You know how we do over here. Fred Durst at Lollapalooza 2021. Was that... Wait, okay. Fred Durst at Lollapalooza 2021. I don't know that necessarily computes for me. I'm sure I've seen the video, so you're gonna have to hit me with that. I will say, dude, seeing Fred Durst nowadays, because aren't they touring with, like, weren't they doing some stuff with Corey Feldman, which is just wild. Like, if you've seen any of the Corey Feldman live stuff, oh my gosh, dude, the guy is a master. He's got to be, like, well, I was going to say nobody is that, like, self-unaware, but I could be wrong. Because I just feel like he's a master of trolling, dude. Like, he knows what he's doing, and he's got you hook, line, and sinker. It's masterful. It's so good. Oh my gosh. If you haven't seen any of the Corey Feldman stuff, you got to go check it out. It's great. EOR says, I liked Limp Bizkit's first album, but their others are meh. Yeah, dude, that first one with the dude on the front with the hat and stuff, I mean, it's pretty iconic. You can't go wrong with it. Sarkram Sanders, can you talk for hours about emo music? Of course, dude. Speaking of emo, and speaking of your favorite band and my favorite band, Taking Back Sunday. At that movie night, I was hanging out, and there was some people there who, okay, if you remember, I told you that Taking Back Sunday was coming to Fresno. And so there was the possibility that, like, should I go see them? And I just didn't make it happen, which sucks. I should have made it happen, but I didn't make it happen. But dude, somebody at that movie night was at that show, and they said it was Taking Back Sunday and The Used. And they said that Taking Back Sunday was, like, and I quote, terrible. They said they were so bad, and that The Used was actually really, really good, which kind of blows my mind, because for me back in the day, The Used was like, I don't know, like, they were fine. To me, they're like a B tier, one of those B tier bands that, like, I don't know, the super emo kids might have been into, but I was not there. I was not on board. So yeah, apparently, according to this person, I didn't miss much by not going to the show, but man, it would have been sick. I wanted to be there. Actually, let me restart this. Let me restart the game, because I don't know if my controller was being recognized. Let's load our position. There it is. All right. I don't remember where we are. It looks like we're in some, like, Eastern European country with the windmills and landmines. So I don't know what's happening here, but... Oh, dude, I just body slammed him onto a landmine. That was wonderful. I will say that, like, so when you're talking about, like, emo music, like, you probably already know about it, but there's a guy named, I think his name is Matt Kushel, or Kushal, something like that. But he's the Emo's Not Dead guy, which, if you've never seen those videos, oh my gosh, it's so good. Okay, hang on. Let me pull this up real quick. You gotta go Emo's Not Dead. Yeah, here you go. So this guy right here. This is another one to go check out. If you've never seen these, it's so good. It's so funny. And I love it. And he went from just, like, posting like his own little skits to then just here and there little cameos started happening. So you got the one with Hawthorne Heights, you've got one with The Used, you've got Blink 182, you got My Chemical Romance, you got Story of the Year, Taking Back Sunday, Yellow Card, and like they show up in the videos. Like there's one, the yellow card one. Oh my gosh. Where he's like hovering. Oh, it's so good. You got to go watch that. It's so good. And then he's doing his own, like he has his own musical project called Your Broken Hero. And there's one, what is it called? Oh, Tommy's Face right here, where Spencer from Under Oath does the screaming vocals and is in the music video. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, it's hilarious. So this is a great one. You know, Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, Bring Me the Horizon, Chiodos, Newfound Glory. Like, it's so good. It's so good. So I would be surprised if you've never seen this. But if you have not seen this, this is another one to go check out as well. Again, he's got close to 500,000 subscribers. He doesn't need my help. But I thoroughly enjoy every video that he puts out. So that's a good one. If you're into emo stuff, it's right there for you. All right. Let's keep punching some fools. Got him. By the way, if you haven't already, if you can thumbs up the stream, if you're not subscribed, please do. If you're over on Twitch and you're not following, go ahead and click that follow. That'd be real nice. Oh gosh, this is where we die. So just a reminder, we're playing on expert so that we can get the full true ending, but it also means that there's going to be a lot of pain along the way. So. Oh gosh. Got him. I know I think I talked about it in a stream. Was it a stream? Yeah, I think it was a stream where I talked about that. This just popped in my head right now. That the potential of a Labyrinth sequel and how I think that could work. And then I was sitting in a staff meeting the other day and somebody mentioned that they read somewhere, oh, there's a lot of landmines here. Holy cow. They read somewhere that there actually is the potential for a sequel. And I think it was like the son or somebody of Jim Henson had announced that they were working on it. And, oh, dang it, got me. Oh, right on the landmine. Get out of here. And if you were here, you remember that my premise was you bring back Jennifer Connelly and you have her brother, Toby, who was a baby in the first movie. He has become the Goblin King. And so now she has to go back again and save him again. But this time, rather than rescuing him from the Goblin King, she is literally trying to rescue him from himself. So somebody mentioned like, oh, I think they're actually doing a sequel. And so I Googled it. Nobody probably cares about this but me, but I care. And okay, so this is over on Screen Rant. This was back in February, actually. And okay, hang on, Eeyore. I wonder if there's a ROM hack that replaces Hagar with Brock Lesnar. Oh, dude, Suplex City all the way. Let's go. What's on my shelf? Good to see you, my friend. I'd rather see how Jareth became the Bad A Goblin King, a prequel. Okay, that, I'm not going to poo-poo it. Who, though, this is a question I ask. Who do you get to play a young David Bowie? That's my whole problem with, and you're going to see here in a second, again, why I have a problem. That's my whole problem with trying to do either a sequel or a prequel that involves Jareth is how do you replace David Bowie? I mean, he's just iconic. There it is, Marcone, in before David Bowie did it better. So who do we get? This is like, if we're going to fan cast this, who do you get to play a young David Bowie? That's the hard sell. And now I will say, okay, now what's on my shelf? You might be going down the road I'm going down. You say, not the kid who did the Young Willy Wonka. It should be an unknown. Okay. One, it should be an unknown. Yes, if there's an unknown who can pull it off, I would always rather have, same thing with like Star Wars. Like when the sequel trilogy came out, I'm like, please, for the love of God, stop putting these like A-list or B-list actors into these positions like Laura Dern as Admiral Holdo and Benicio del Toro as the hacker or whatever. It's like, I've ranted about this before. I don't know if I've done it on stream, but definitely in conversations with people. It's like when I go, I'm trying to suspend my disbelief and disconnect from reality. So when Laura Dern shows up in Star Wars, I don't see, oh, check out this cool character, Admiral Holdo. I go, it's Laura Dern in Star Wars. And let's be honest, Admiral Holdo was a garbage character. The movie was garbage. She was a garbage character. She added nothing to it. The name Laura Dern and not that I'm down on Laura Dern, like Jurassic Park, like Laura Dern in Jurassic Park, amazing, great. She was in, oh man, there was like a show on HBO recently, like in the last probably 5 or 10 years that I'm thinking of, where was it Big Little Lies? It was like, I think it was like a Reese Witherspoon. Am I thinking of the same one? It was like Reese Witherspoon and Nicole Kidman. Was that the same one that had Laura Dern? There was one that she did even recently where it just killed it. It was great. But it's Star Wars. It's like, don't give me this person that is incredibly recognizable as this character, because it breaks it. And it's the same thing they could have got anybody to play that hacker character, but they had Benicio del Toro. It's like nothing against Benicio del Toro, but when I look at it, I don't go, hey, check out this cool character. I go, Benicio del Toro's in Star Wars. It's ridiculous. So that's my only thing is like, if it's an unknown who can pull it off, give it to me. Like, I love that. And it's funny that you bring up Timothée Chalamet as a young Wonka, because here's what I'll say. I am a diehard Gene Wilder is Wonka purist. Like that, you're not going to convince me. I haven't seen the Johnny Depp one. It's kind of like AVGN with Ghostbusters. It's like the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka. I was like, I'm not interested. I don't want it. Nope, I'm good. I decided to give Shamalama Ding Dong a chance with young Wonka, and here's what I'll say. I didn't hate it. I actually think he did a pretty decent job of capturing some of that like Gene Wilder Wonka aesthetic. And by the end of the movie, I didn't love everything about it, but I was like, you know what? I can get down. I'm down for it. I'll take it. Let's see. Let me get caught up here. So what's on my shelf says go into the movie with no expectations. I think old Obi-Wan of the original Star Wars was a known actor. Alec Guinness. Yeah. Well, I think he was probably well known. I don't know that he was like super well known to American audiences. I could be wrong. Because I know that he was like very much, I might be telling tales out of school here, but from my recollection, well-known British actor, probably in a lot of like period pieces, but I don't know that he was like super well-known for American audiences. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong for sure. So was the dude that was force choked. Oh, you're talking about don't try to scare us with your sorcerer's ways, Lord Vader. Your hokey religions are no match for this battle station. Are we talking about that guy? They'll just hire Chris Pratt to... No. Although, dude, Chris Pratt as a grown-up Toby, Goblin King? No! That would be crazy. The main trio were newbies. Yeah, so we're talking like Oscar Isaac, Daisy Ridley, Finn. Oh, gosh. Why can't I think of Finn's name in real life? Totally. If you're talking about Star Wars. I didn't hate... When I saw The Force Awakens, I actually enjoyed it. Like, The Force Awakens was... Part of it was probably just like, hey, it's new Star Wars. I'm ready for it. But I did enjoy all three of them initially. I will say that. by the second and third movie, I was not a big fan of most of them. I feel like they took them into some really weird directions. Like with Finn, I was like, okay, so like Poe Dameron in the first movie, freaking BA, dude. Like, I'm a big Wedge Antilles guy. I love like a hotshot X-Wing pilot. Poe Dameron in the first movie, friggin' awesome. Loved it. The way that they sort of like teased who could Rey be in, like, what's her connection? Like, I was very intrigued by that. I dug it. It was cool. Finn for me was like probably the one I was the most excited for, because the idea of like the defecting stormtrooper potentially is force sensitive and is going to be a Jedi. Like, it just was so sick. Like, I loved it. And then where they took him and spun him off into, I was just not a big fan. But yeah, the trio, I agree. I was down for that. Let's see. Gene Wilder is the true. I didn't hate Chalamet as young Wonka. The story sucked, or the implementation of Willy Wonka prequel was crap. Yeah, I mean, there was some stuff about it that was really strange, like the whole like being forced into servitude at the inn or the hotel or whatever was a little weird, but I thought did a good job. It was very charming. Don't you put that mojo on me, Rick? EOR says, I had a drunk discussion about some friends about how to remake Back to the Future. Yes, I know it'll never get a remake. Yeah, that one, I don't know, dude. I don't know if you touch that one. The characters in Star Wars 7 and 9 had barely any arc. That's probably part of it. Yeah, it's like they set up the potential for crazy arcs. Like just off the top of the dome, Finn going from defected stormtrooper to Jedi would have been sick. Daisy Ridley, so Rey going from unknown scavenger to somehow connected to somebody that was not Luke or Palpatine would have been cool. Like, I was hoping it was Obi-Wan. I think that would have been sick. That was my whole thing, is like, it was like the love child of Obi-Wan. I don't know. I was down for that. I think that could have been awesome. And Poe, like, dude, kill him off. That would have been, I mean, have him go down as like honestly, dude, give him like a freaking, what is the, I always get it mixed up. Was it Dennis Quaid in Independence Day? Dude, just give him some epic moment where he like sacrifices. I just think it'd be so sick. I love that. And Rose, oh gosh, don't even get me started on Rose. So ridiculous. And the whole Canto Bite thing was like, oh, you're killing me. And how they treated my boy Luke. Dude, I'm not even going to lie. Like, spoilers. If you haven't watched Mandalorian, I'm going to drop some spoilers now, so earmuffs if you don't want them. In 3, 2, 1. When, and I'll do this when the spoilers are done if you mute it or something. So earmuffs, here we go, 3, 2, 1. When Luke showed up at the end of Mandalorian, oh my God. Like, I literally wept while I was watching it. And I will totally admit that, because it was finally like seeing like the vindication of this character, and seeing him being, after 30 years or whatever, seeing him treated with the kind of like respect that he deserved was so baller. Oh my gosh. And so like it was an emotional experience to see it happen as this character that was beloved from your childhood. So it's like, just treat him right, man. Just treat him right. I guess that's what I'm saying. So, okay, come on back. Rob the Retro Hunter Rockaz. What's up, dude? Good to see you over there on Twitch. Thanks for being here, my friend. What's on my shelf says Jedis are monks. Yeah. That doesn't mean they can't, look at Anakin, Well, we all know how that turned out. Maybe you're right. Rey should have been the solo twin. Of course, that would have been sick too. I love that. Forbidden from the sexual fruits. Yes. Yeah. But, Anakin, again, he figured it out to the expense of all those around him. EOR says Rey, so Daisy Ridley was unlikable for me. She never remembered her own lines or scenes after finishing. It was a pure paycheck. Yeah, maybe so. Shelf, the Star Wars prequel was much more fun. The one where they found the Death Star plans. Oh my gosh. Usagi, yes. Rogue One. Oh my gosh. Rogue One, I will say this, and we're getting way off the rails here, but I love it. It's great. I would say out of all the Star Wars movies, I think it's hard to put anything above Empire Strikes Back for all the reasons. Empire Strikes Back is amazing. Growing up as a kid, I really loved Return of the Jedi. As I got older, I definitely appreciated Empire Strikes Back more, and now I would say it's like probably my number one, but right behind it, I would say almost equal with it, is Rogue One. And I think that's a pretty common vibe for a lot of Star Wars fans. It just did it right. Like the way that they captured the time frame, even though it was modern, the way they captured the time frame I think was good. The way they treated the characters I think was good. Like introducing Andor, I think he is such a great character because it's like it was authentic to what a rebellion would probably be like. That like in all of the old movies, the rebels were freedom fighters who you just like everything was sort of like a fairy tale, I guess. You know, it's like, oh, they're fighting for freedom. They're the good guys. But the truth is, in a situation like that, the good guys are going to have to do some bad stuff at times in order to make the good stuff happen in the long run. And that's what I love about Andor and about Rogue One is like, man, and especially the Andor show. Like if you haven't watched the Andor show, I mean, probably I would say it's either equal with Mandalorian or maybe a little bit higher for me as like the best Star Wars stuff that's been produced in a long time, because it starts to blur that line, that gray line of just like, sometimes you got to do stuff that is ugly. You know, the way that both Rogue One and Andor start, and just he's not a hero. He's not a good guy. He's got a good heart at the end of it, but like the things he has to do in order to like serve the rebellion, like he's not a good dude. And I love that. I just love that like they don't shy away from it. They don't try to sugarcoat it. It just makes it more interesting and real. And like, there's just more like give and take in it. I don't know. It's just so good. And then the opposite vibe of like somebody like Rey, where it's like, she can do no wrong. Like everything is sort of like, it just, you know, even Jyn Erso, like she's a great character because she's incredibly flawed. But when the time comes for the rubber to hit the road and for you to make a choice, they're okay. So like I'm a verbal processor, so these things just start to click for me. I guess the way I would put it is like, they are incredibly selfish people, but then when it really counts, they're able to be selfless, I guess is how I would put it. And so like when the rubber hits the road, when it really counts, they can put themselves aside and be selfless, but pretty much in every other situation, like they're pretty selfish. And that is a cool character. Like that's a cool hero. I don't know. I love that. It's really cool. That was I know I just ranted on that, but I'm a big fan of Rogue One and all that good stuff. Shelf says it was more like Firefly. Again, great show. I still hold to this day that show being canceled, the greatest tragedy in American TV history. So good. It isn't, I mean, you get Serenity to kind of tighten it up, which is great. I love that. But Firefly, if you've never watched Firefly, go back and watch it. It holds up to this day. Nathan Fillion, it's just so good. It's so good. I love it. One of my favorite shows of all time. EOR, the scene was epic. After Rogue One, everyone asked if he could do the ending scene with Darth Vader, but with Luke instead. Oh yeah, exactly. Like everybody needs a hallway scene, right? I will say, like, Darth Vader is a great villain. That scene in Rogue One is probably the first time for me where I'm like, oh, this guy is scary. Like, this guy is BA. Like, he is a villain. Like, he's not just a bad guy. Like, this guy is a scary, dangerous dude. Like, it just painted him in this even more like gritty, sinister light. And then that's what made the Luke scene even cooler too, is like, he's just so BA, he's unstoppable. And if he wanted to, he could give into that side and like just wreck everybody for selfish gain. But like, he lives in that space of like being able to control it a little bit. I don't know. It's rad. I love it so much. It's great. Rock has, I grew up on and love the prequels. How banned am I? No, dude, prequels are sick. I remember going to see the prequels in the theater when they came out, and I was stoked. And then it's just like we're talking about with music. There was a time where it came, it's like Creed, Limp Bizkit, and I'm telling you, like I said, mark my words, Nickelback, it's coming back, baby. There was a time when it was top of the heap, and then it was cool to hate it, and then it eventually just comes back. That was what it was with the prequels. Now everybody loves the prequels, and they were good when they first came out. That's just what it is. So no, dude, love it. That's great. Keith Beard, I love Rogue One. One of my favorite in the whole series. Absolutely. Mark Holmes, Star Wars Holiday Special #1 forever. Oh, if you want something epic, go watch that. Oh my gosh. The Solo movie will be long forgotten. I did see it one time. I don't remember it very well. I need to go back and visit it. I don't remember hating it, but it also felt just like just noise, like background noise. You know what I mean? Like it didn't hit me the way the other ones did. Adam Wilson, here we go. We got the hot take. I actually wasn't a huge fan of Rogue One. To me, it just felt like a fan fiction with a big budget. Ooh, yeah. Hey, dude, that's cool, man. That's all right. That's all right. I can rock with that. Jay Ritt over on YouTube. Andor is fantastic. I totally agree. Thanks for contributing to the echo chamber. What's on my shelf? Everybody likes scoundrels. Exactly. Like you kind of want to, like in your mind, you kind of live that fantasy that like, you know, you wish you could just be a swashbuckler, you know, and just like all the glory that comes with that. And in the moment when it really matters, like you're going to pull a Han Solo and you're going to come flying into the trench and take the shot, kid. That was 1 in a million. You know what I mean? But yeah. Marcone, not me, having a man crush on Captain Mal Reynolds. Dude. 100%. My man crush all the way. One of my favorite moments, spoilers, is very early on in the series. I think it's the train job. Oh, I don't want to spoil it. If you haven't seen, I'm not going to spoil it. Fine. Go watch Firefly, Train Job. The scene at the end of Train Job where he's trying to hand the money back to the guy and be like, take this back to your boss and tell him we don't want the job is one of my favorite moments, not only from that series, but of like just pop culture media. It's so good. It's so good. The ending of Train Job. Go watch it. It's so good. Rob, hearing you hyped on this, I wonder if you would like the 2 newer Star Wars games from Respawn, Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. Dude, I have not ever got to play them. They look awesome. And they seem like my vibe as far as like modern stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong. It has like a little bit of, like it kind of reminds me of like an Assassin's Creed / kind of like Dark Souls in the way that like the combat is a little more, I was going to say slow and methodical, but like, it's not just button mashing. Like you got to be kind of strategic. Like I love that kind of stuff. So, and yeah, just the lore and the time frame that it falls into. I need to play it. I just haven't picked it up. And I haven't had a console or a rig that could run it until recently. And so with this rig, I'm sure I could run it. Maybe that's one to do for like a modern stream at some point. That would be really fun. Shelf says Vader was much less stiff in Rogue One. Absolutely. Let me get caught up here. EOR says Vader was always so slow in the original trilogy, but in Rogue One, they made him look like Terminator on speed. Yeah, dude. And Padme, there is good in him. She said about Anakin after his second genocide. It's like, lady, when are you going to read the room? At some point, like, I get it when you love somebody, but you got to just read the room, lady. Shelf says, did not like flipping Yoda, not the CGI. I like the Clone Wars short series. The Clone Wars animation stuff, the shorts, those were sick. Love that. Yoda was awesome there. Samuel Jackson's Jedi character. Oh yeah, Mace Windu when he's like, he doesn't have his lightsaber and he's just fighting all the droids using the Force and stuff. That was super cool. Rock has, that's the vibe on the games. Okay, sweet. Shelf says the new Jedi games look more like Force Unleashed. Are you talking about Jedi Survivor and all of that kind of stuff? You're saying is a little bit more like Force Unleashed? To me, I have played a little bit of Force Unleashed and it felt more like a God of War style, whereas these guys seemed a little bit more kind of Dark Souls-ish, something like that. We've got, oh yeah, Marcone, we've got 5 minutes. Holy cow. This hour flew by. And if we look at the game, I think when we started, the timer up there said 99. So we made it like 22 seconds into the game. Oh my gosh. This is honestly though, guys, like, yes, I want to play the games, but I am always going to be a sucker for just being able to connect with you guys and like talk about cool stuff. So we didn't play as much games this time. We just got to connect and hang out, which I think is really cool. So yeah, for real, EOR, this is a gaming stream since when? I'm going to have to change the category on it. Otherwise I'm going to get in trouble. Oh my gosh. Jay Ritt, Rogue One and Andor are the best of the new Star Wars. Am I wrong? From Jay Ritt, from my perspective, you are 100% right. That's just me. I would put Mandalorian in there as well. But yes, 100%. I love it so much. All right. We were talking about, we've only got like 4 minutes. So anyway, the Labyrinth 2. So I'm telling you, hey, they brought up that this is a potential. So, the summary is basically, so you got Brian Henson confirms Labyrinth 2 is in development. Progress has been minimal. Darn. The sequel had various directors and scripts updates over the past decade. So this is something that somebody's working on. Uncertainty surrounds the plot of Labyrinth 2, especially the recasting of David Bowie's Jareth. Don't do it. That's my 2 cents. However, what I read was, who's making, okay, the story. Here we go. So Alvarez is still attached to direct The Evil Dead. Let's see. The recasting of David Bowie's Jareth is perhaps the biggest hurdle for the film. It's highly unlikely a filmmaker would attempt to replace the late rock legend. Great. Instead, Labyrinth 2 will need to find some other corner of the fantasy universe to explore, perhaps even a prequel in the same vein as Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. Until more details are revealed, it's impossible to know exactly what will happen if a sequel is made. Where's the one I'm looking for? Basically, the one that I read was saying 2 things. Oh my gosh. Oh, I wish I could find it. 2 things. One is they do a gender swap. So it's Jennifer Connelly would come back as a small part. There would be a new generation of heroine that would be going, and then the casting of Jareth would actually be a goblin queen. That's one that I've heard. I am not stoked for that whatsoever. I think that's a bad idea. I agree. What's on my shelf? Will the bulge be back? Think of the ladies. The cod piece was iconic. The other thing that I've heard, oh my gosh, I can't even believe that this is a thing. The other thing that I heard was Labyrinth 2 Mick Jagger, which I just can't even fathom this idea. Mick Jagger as a new Goblin King. It feels like an SNL sketch. I hope it's not. I just don't see it. I really, really don't see it. I really think that the options before you, make it a prequel, get some unknown to play a young Jareth. I could be down for that. Or bring back Jennifer Connelly, updated for an older audience. You're not making this film to appeal to a new generation of Labyrinth fans. I think you'd make it for the people who enjoyed the old one, and you bring back Jennifer Connelly, you bring back Toby as a young man who has somehow been seduced and has become the new Goblin King, and you make it all about that sibling connection again on a much deeper level. I think it could be sick. I'd be totally down for it. What's on my shelf? Oh my gosh. That actually is not bad. Alice Cooper as an old Goblin King. Holy crap. I don't hate that. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't hate it. I don't think it's impossible. That's intriguing to me. I'm going to have to ruminate on that a little bit. Dang. Okay. I like that. Alice freaking Cooper. The old Goblin King. I still believe a prequel Labyrinth about how Jareth took command of the Goblin Horde would be better. I could, like I said, I can get down with that. I could see blending the ideas of like, what if Jareth was, and this may have, I know that there's like manga and comics. I know there's more lore to it, so this may have been, I've never experienced them, so there may be more to this than I know, and maybe we're just like talking about things that have already been established. But I could see something to the effect of like, what if he, like Toby, I wish the goblins would come take you away right now, and nobody came to rescue him. Like nobody came for him. That could be really interesting too. Huh. Maybe we'll get to see a young Hoggle. That'd be sweet. All right, dudes. What a stream. We went for a full hour and we played 30 seconds of games. If you were here for the games, I'm so sorry, but my hope is that you come for the games and you stay for the community and the connection, because that's the main thing. That's what we care about. All right. I want to say thank you to Adam Wilson, Jay Ritt, What's on My Shelf, Rockhaz, EOR, Jay Ritt, Usagi Akimbo. Who else we got over here? Keith Beard, thanks for being here. Who else we got over here? Sour Cream Sanchez popped in. Riffer City Ransom, I think he was in for a quick minute, but it was good to see him. Derek Host Corner 2013, good to see you, my friend. Anthony Xavier, all bangers. Thanks for being here, my dudes. Make sure you thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you're not following on Twitch, make sure you follow. If you have not checked out my latest video about why retro will always be better than modern, please go give that a look. Like I said, it kind of blew up for the channel, and I really, really appreciate the support on that. So thank you guys so much. Have a great day, a great Tuesday. Have a great week. Stay retro, my dudes, and I'll see you next time.